love all of our players. Freddie, nice guy.
Look, the crack of that bat. Nothing more beautiful than that.
Baseball is such an important part of our family.
That's the beautiful game of baseball right there. You win some, you truly lose some.
I just want somebody to talk Dodgers to me.
Was made in that moment.
And he said because he didn't look at Dave after that one pitcher because he only threw one strike.
Yeah.
And then Freddie gave him the nod, like, let him go, let him stay.
Yeah.
And Dave let him stay and let him finish it out.
Yep. That and him talking about, like, not wanting to come back for game 6. I'm like,
I know. I was really scared if we didn't win that game.
I feel you, bro. I feel you,
What
bro.
pitchers did we have left?
I know. That's where I was like, I feel him. And I, too. I keep thinking. The light plus the bubblehead keeps making me think I see someone, but there's no one there.
Is it
It'll be fine.
Ron Say with his really twisted neck? Or
No, it's weirdly Corey's
Corey
head.
Seager?
Yeah, it's Corey's head.
We're rolling.
Welcome back to Talk Dodgers to me, guys.
Episode 34, which
Is
also happens to be
Fernando Valenzuela's number.
guys.
So we're going to honor Fernando today.
We are. How serendipitous that is.
Cheers to Fernando Mania.
Cheers. Wow, we really got to upgrade our cup game.
I know. I really should have brought the Dodgers wine glasses.
Yeah.
Because that would have been
We
fun.
need, oops, sorry, Adam. We need to use those from now on for our regular drinks until we get our own TDTM mugs.
It's almost like a
So I need a
placebo,
TDTM mug.
you know?
Mug.
Like you drink out of something better and it makes you happier.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm fully on board with that. I love a fancy glass. I don't care what's in it. Half the time, I don't even want the drink. I just want the pretty glass.
Yep.
I want a glass with a stem, and that's what I mean by pretty glass. Which you have to tell bartenders that, because otherwise, they don't know that that's what you mean by pretty glass. And the amount of times that I've been like, "Can I have this mocktail? But will you put it in a pretty glass?" And then they just bring me a tumbler, and I'm like,
Lame.
"That's not a pretty glass, bro. I want a stem. I want it up. Give me a coupe."
It's like choosing things just like a wine bottle.
Yes,
Just based on
purely on aesthetics.
on what it looks like, the name, or like I love buying notebooks. It's like my favorite thing. So
I could see
how pretty
that.
it is, and I just spend hours in Paper Source picking out cards.
That is a dangerous place. You can spend your
I have a stack
entire
of cards that I
budget.
just hope to send to people.
No, me too.
There's a Friends and
Wait,
a Gilmore
really?
Girls combo card.
Ooh, that sounds beautiful.
I know.
And
It's like
perfect in
Central
every way.
Perk and Luke's Diner.
Oh my God, love. No, I do the same thing where I will go and like I'll just be in a store, and if they have cool cards, if there's a card I really like, I don't have to know what it's for yet.
Mhm.
I just like this card. I'm gonna buy it, and I know that it will be used at some point. So at home I have a box of cards like that are not used yet that will be used.
Kind
in
of
the
like here,
future.
actually. You
That-
know, they
that
have their
makes
own Paper
sense.
Source here at the office,
We
but
do.
I'm building my own collection.
You know, all my gifts that I wrap in that room. I don't buy.
I
anything
was
anymore.
like their gift wrapper when I worked here. They learned I was good at it. One time,
Mhm.
they asked me to wrap a Pac-Man machine.
How do you?
They're like, "Here you go. Good luck."
how do you even do that?
It took 2 rolls of wrapping
I was
paper
about to say,
and
huge.
some real, and you couldn't move it.
No,
Ugh.
it's not like you can flip it upside down, flip the thing, do the tape. Like, I'm sorry.
My gifts have gone to some cool people, though. My wrapping.
That I do not doubt. Guys, just think of whoever is one of the coolest people in movies, and that's probably who she wrapped a present for.
Yep.
Wouldn't
One
put it
more
past.
thing that's kind of. I found this girl yesterday.
Yeah.
You know how like the things you think come up on your phone?
Yeah.
Well, I found a girl who loves baseball and Gilmore Girls. And so I commented,
Wow.
there are more baseball-loving Gilmore Girls.
There's more of us out there. I
She-
do love Gilmore Girls as well, and I'll just put it on in the background because I've seen it so many times. But it's like comfort food.
Yes,
It really is.
It's my comfort
You know what my
zone.
comfort food was today?
What?
Is I put on. I get it. It's early, guys, in early November, and this is a debate to be had amongst many. But I threw on my Frank Sinatra Christmas vinyl this morning and just
Wow.
started listening. It made me happy.
That's nice. That's nice. Well, I did smell a soup that smelled similar to the one that I put pepper on.
You did. It wasn't the exact same, but but I should have asked you for pepper, truly. Where is our pepper
Yeah, where's
grinder?
our pepper grinder bat?
It's over there in the corner.
Whip it out, Adam.
I see it. Yeah, Adam, whip it out.
The
And
pepper bat.
what?
Yeah, the
Pepper
soup's
what?
gone, so unfortunately I don't think it's going to be
All
helpful.
right, next time.
But I'm feeling cozy today just in general. Like I decided I was wearing clothes that look nice and presentable and professional like, but
we're not wearing
are
any
very-
Dodger stuff. I'm blending in
very
with the
cozy.
with the,
You really
chair
are
today.
the color of the chair.
Blue's always been my color.
No, I feel
Even
that.
before I was a Dodger fan.
Same.
My room growing up
Blue
was
and
blue
green.
everything.
Yeah, blue and green have always been my colors, and I rotate between the two of them. But at this point, I feel like I've gone through every blue thing I have owned in the past 34
I
episodes.
think this is the only blue shirt I haven't worn, and we're just gonna keep it together like that.
There you go. Yeah, so today I just decided I would be very comfortable, cozy, and I wanted to be able to sit
You're
Indian
rocking
style.
a semi-half
I'm kind
turtleneck,
of
Brent
pulling
Honeywell
a
style.
Honeywell. Yes, I'm a little Honeywell today with my sleeveless turtleneck.
Hey, honey, we messaged you if you want to come and chat with us.
Come on the pod.
If
We wanna
anyone's listening
hear.
and wants to also message him and tell him to come on the podcast, maybe that will help. I
We'll
don't
take
know.
it.
We'll
take
see.
it. Yeah. What do you think they're all doing right now? Like, other than we've seen some things, people are going around.
Okay.
Freddie was just on Jimmy Fallon. Like,
Yeah.
they're doing
He
the
was
rounds.
great.
He was.
He was such a natural.
They're doing the rounds. He's also so much taller than him.
I know.
Which always blows
How
my
tall
mind.
is Freddie? Adam, can you Google it?
How tall's Freddie?
Okay,
Is he
let's
like
guess.
6'3"?
Yeah, I
We'll
think
go
I
or
think
maybe
6'5".
Okay. Well, it might be. Well, because I thought Shohei was actually taller than he is, but I think Shohei's only 6'5".
Who said
It's
6'5"?
Me.
He is 6'5".
Oh.
I
Okay,
knew it.
well.
I think Shohei's 6'4".
Shohei is 6'4".
Really? Wow.
I think
She's got the
Tyler
heights on
Glass
lock.
now is 6'6". 6'8".
No.
6'8".
No. Really?
I don't just know that
He's
kids'
not
names,
that
guys.
tall, y'all.
She's really sized up Tyler Glass now more that ways than one.
She really has. Wonder what his lady feels about that.
We've spoken only good things about them. And did we spy an engagement ring?
Okay, maybe. Not to get all rumor.
Breaking news!
Not to be all rumor mill here, but I was curious about that because
You pointed that out, actually.
I did. I saw. Well, I noticed rings. I don't know.
Is that like
why.
when you get engaged, you notice that? in
You
other
notice
people?
them far more?
Because I feel
often,
that I'm at the
yes.
age, obviously, that like
In
I should
general,
look at men's hands,
yes.
but I don't.
Oh, you don't? Oh God!
No,
I
it's
looked
not
at
like
men's
where my
hands
eyes
forever.
go.
Oh, mine was.
I would
It
never
was an
date a
immediate,
guy
like,
that's
are
married,
you
but-
viable? And you look and you're like, no, you're not. Okay, bye. Like,
I should get in that.
but
habit.
no, when you do, yeah, when you get engaged and you have it on your hand, or when you're like about to get engaged, or you feel like it's coming up in the future, you start to really notice wedding rings on people's hands. I don't know why. There was a
Mhm.
photo of the two of them, and it looked like there was a sparkly diamond.
Maybe I should start
I could be
thinking
wrong.
about it and start the manifesting.
There you go. Yeah, you manifest everything else. Get to it, girl. If you would
have.
like, you know.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I'll say about that.
Anywho,
Let's
But
go back
what do
to
you
what we
think-
think they're
so
doing.
that's my question. Yeah, what do you think they're doing right now? I just have this vision
Nothing.
of
They're-
them just
remember,
laying on the
wait,
ground and,
remember
like, just,
when
like,
Molly
staring at
told
the
us
sky?
that they watched like 4 seasons of Game of Thrones?
Yes.
I think that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think they're doing nothing
Yeah.
but binging shows and relaxing
They're-
as they should.
Yeah, they're laying on the ground staring at the ceiling, just like
And
being.
doing appearances and autograph signings. But you know what I was thinking, or what I was wondering? What do
What?
you think? What do you think their conversations are like after the parade and after that experience? Do you think they go in the clubhouse and they're like, "Yo, man, did you see that guy on the telephone pole?" Or "Can you believe how many people are there? Wow, that was crazy."
So I don't know if they do that, but I do think they are. I actually heard, I can't remember who it was, but one of the guys was being interviewed, and they were like, "Did you realize like how much you guys meant to this city?" And he was like, "No, like I really didn't." And then you're out there and you see all these people who came out and they're like cheering and chanting and they're lining the streets for a mile, and it's just crowds of them. And honestly, I heard that it was twice the size of the Lakers parade. And was
Okay,
like,
I
holy
heard
crap.
like first I was hearing 200,000 people, and then the
Yeah.
players were all saying 2 million. I mean,
I don't know, that feels like a lot.
It was amazing to see how many people showed up.
I mean, the stadium was
incredible.
practically full.
Yep.
And then you add the parade, how many people were there lining the streets? Every photo I saw, it's like it was just a sea of humans for miles. So I think they, in that moment, I think they knew how big it was, but I also think that was maybe even a little bit more mind-blowing to see just how much they are loved in this city and how much it means to this city to have this championship, to have had this opportunity to actually get together and to celebrate together. And there was apparently some injuries, so hope you're doing okay.
Yeah.
But I think overall it probably exceeded their expectations of what they had. I do think they were all probably, not all of them, but a lot of them were pretty drunk, so I don't know if they went and had conversations
Jack did
right
say
after.
He was walking around with a bottle of tequila, and we saw Bueller funneling beer from his wife.
Yep, and he
multiple times.
And he had some words to begin the speeches. And
I was
like,
just imagining them like on the parade, like looking at each other, like, man, this is crazy. Can you believe this? And it was so overdue, and it seemed like it also made up for 2020. But to see how excited they all were and just blown away was so special. And I'm really glad that we chose to go to the celebration at Dodger Stadium, because how cool was it to see them come from the parade, and we got to watch it all on Dodger Vision screens at the stadium. But also we got to hear from almost every player.
Yeah. About almost every single one of them said something. Shohei spoke in English to us, which was
it was amazing.
I have a theory-ish that me and actually one of our lovely fans who was kind enough to hang out with us during some of the game, we were chatting. It's like, I think he actually speaks far more English than he lets on. Oh, yeah. But, it keeps the translator, it keeps Will with a job. And also I can see a world in which he speaks like perfectly fine English, but with it not being his first language, you want to make sure you're saying things correctly, phrasing it correctly, grammatically, all of that. So part of me thinks maybe there's probably a little bit of even though I can speak it, I still want to make sure I'm doing it perfect. Yeah. And so my translator is better for that.
But it also allows him to not be bothered so much by the media. Imagine if he did start speaking in English, he would get hounded way more. Oh, that's true. And when I worked at Spago, Chef Tetsu, a Japanese chef, so talented, people often wanted to meet him. And he would come out and he spoke perfect English, but he would pretend not to because that meant he didn't have to stay at the table and talk to them. He's like, I'm not going to let you know that. So it's like, it kind of gives him a way out. Yeah. And to kind of keep a little bit of mystery and some sense of privacy. So I totally understand that. But let's talk about our experience going to the celebration.
I mean, the weird part is it wasn't actually horribly hard to get to Dodger Stadium. So it's better than a game day, which I thought was odd because the stadium was practically full. Yeah.
So the night before we did the live, and we're trying to figure out, do we go to the parade? Do we go to the Dodger Stadium event?
We were debating the whole time. There is a part of me that thinks it would have been so much fun to be just like in the crowd of people. Yeah. But we really weighed the options because you see them for a brief moment coming by. And I think we wanted to really optimize the amount of time we would get with them. So we ended up choosing going to the stadium. And I definitely think it was worth it. Because, like you said, we got to watch the parade on the big screen.
Oh, wait. I also went home and watched the entire thing. The 2-hour plus parade.
Oh my God.
I was just on a high from the Dodgers celebration.
It was a great day.
I wanted to see every moment.
It was
and hear all their interviews on the parade.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they were running around talking about it, and like David Vassegh got to be up there, I think, and that's just like, ugh. But so we went to the stadium, which I think was the right decision, and ended up getting to talk to a bunch of fans.
Guys, we were recognized by people from the podcast. I've never had that happen before. It was amazing. I'm so happy to meet so many of you, and that you're telling us how much you love the podcast and wanting to take pictures. That was like an out of body experience.
Yo, that's
that
crazy.
I feel so grateful for.
That's crazy. I still can't. I'm like, no, like you don't know.
Like they were so happy
What?
to talk with us.
Yeah.
I was even more thrilled to talk to them.
No, the sentiment is the same here. I've never had that happen in my life, and it's very like awe moment where you're like, wait, what? Like,
Yeah.
wait, but huh?
I know. I really went home
was
and I
really
cried,
sweet.
just like overwhelming emotions of joy and
Well,
gratefulness and happiness.
Yeah.
And that's why I then went for 2 hours. Why are you laughing
I
at
don't
me?
want to
Adam?
hear.
I just wanted to say people were just very unimpressed by my presence there, which I thought was funny.
What? Every time
Actually,
we're like,
I think
guys,
they were really stoked.
Guy-
They were like,
guys,
oh, Adam.
our fan. I don't like calling them fans
I
because
don't
like
either, 'cause
we're
it feels
Dodger
weird.
fans. So when I say fans, like we're also fans.
Yeah, because like I'm a normal person.
We're all Dodger
I'm not-
fans.
Yeah.
So the listeners of the
Our-
podcast,
Yeah.
when they would meet us, I'd go, guys, that's Adam, and they're like, whoa. I'll
It's
say
our TDTM crew. I
that
don't
no
know.
one was like, you never know when you hear someone, you see them and you're surprised. I don't think they were surprised.
Yeah.
No, they were just like, oh,
They were
he's
like,
here?
oh, that's Adam.
No,
they were
weren't.
excited.
They were like,
They were excited.
Are you
to meet
enjoying
us.
Okay,
it?
yeah, I'm with you. I don't want to say fans because it's weird to me, but it's our TDTM gang. Like,
Yes.
it's just our people, and that was the thing that I loved. Is
Can we come up with a name?
I don't. Yeah. Well, right now all I got is TDTM gang.
That's
but
a
tell
whole
you come up with
mouthful.
something more.
Army of Jessicas.
No.
I wonder if Sean was at the parade.
Oh, I would hope so. I feel like they should
Or
get
at the event.
deserve to do that. But no, what I was gonna say is that I think was the other part that was really sweet when we had, fellow podcast lovers. I don't know. We're gonna have to keep spitting things out till we get to a name that we like. But getting to meet people who are fans of what we're doing here was really cool because it's not just they're not like just fans of you and me talking about this. They are fans because they relate to us. And it was cool to hear their stories, be like, I love your podcast because me and my friend are like you two.
Yes,
and it's like, oh, I'm not the only
exactly.
one out there. And I think that to me was the sweetest part of it. Because it's just like, yeah, you and I have lived in the bubble of not knowing anybody else like us. And hence why we found each other and started this. So it's just cool that now we're meeting more people out there. It's like, oh, you too.
I know.
I see
And they're
you.
like,
I see you.
I feel like I'm just chatting with my friends.
Yeah.
And that really makes me want to include you guys more in the podcast. And so please make sure to email us if you want to be on one of the episodes that we're going to talk to you.
Mm-hmm. But real quick, and then we'll get back to the parade. Has it hit you yet that we don't have baseball right now for a little bit? Like, there's gonna be plenty of things for us to talk about, and there already is plenty of things that have since happened.
I guess I'm just still watching
but I'm like,
Freddie's Grand Slam and the last inning. I probably have watched the last inning now. We're in double digits. Not
Nice.
triple, but double.
you're like, I've analyzed it a few times, really dug deep.
The amount of times, there's this one video that's every call of Freddie's Grand Slam. And I know exactly
Wait, of
the
all-
moment where they show Mookie jumping up and down like a crazy
Is it
person.
the one in all the different languages?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good
I love
one.
it so much.
That's a good one. Guys, regularly, Melissa and I will just send each other baseball related Instagram videos or memes constantly. And sometimes we send the same one and don't realize it. So that's just kind of
That's true.
the rotation.
And also, if you're wondering, we watched Freddie's Grand Slam before we recorded
We
again.
really did.
Just
We needed
to get in that mood.
a little pick me up, a little baseball spirit, keeping it alive.
Yeah. Okay. Back to the celebration.
Yeah.
Once it started, I feel like I wanted to make sure I got a couple of videos and things to post on our social media for that day. But once it started, I really put my phone away and wanted to be so present and just be a Dodger fan and
Same.
not care, not think about posting or the podcast or anything else than just being a fan of my team that just won. And it was amazing. And I was so happy. And we were jumping up and down the whole time. I definitely cried multiple times. That Teo moment and the Kershaw moment.
I mean, just to hear each of their speeches. And I too, I think I got a video And then I put it away. Thankfully, Nick did some good videoing.
He did a couple
Because
I made some fun reels with them.
Yeah, you did, which was great because you asked me for videos and I was like, I'm going to be honest, I didn't take any because I wanted to be in it. I wanted to be in that moment, to not forget it. It was so sweet to get to be there.
Yeah.
Frank kindly gave me the day off to go do such because I was like, hey, like, I know it's
Adam
a Friday,
too.
but like, I need to go do this. And he was like, yeah, you're fine. And I was like, all my work will still get done. Don't worry. And so, yeah, Adam and I took a little field trip that day, but it was so sweet to be there in person. It was electric. The atmosphere.
It really was.
People are so happy. I've never seen so many people drinking beers and eating hot dogs at 9 a.m.
I know.
Like, I was, you know
what was also great?
It was so special.
I know Dodger Stadium games are like 95% Dodger fans.
Yeah.
But
this was 100%
no
Dodger
one
fans.
wearing any other team. Oh, love it.
Guys, I've never been
Even
in
Adam,
it.
I'm like, you can
100%
come,
Dodger.
but you can't wear anything that clashes with Dodger blue.
Guys, he wore a NASA blue hat. So he wore blue.
He wore like gray and blue, so it was acceptable.
He wore blue, but it happened to be our space station.
Closest I'll ever get.
Did you
It's
enjoy
true.
the day?
We'll take it.
Define enjoy.
I feel like you had moments that seemed
Did you
that
smile
must have been
once?
fun.
Look, I haven't gotten to share these thoughts yet, but I think the right team won the World Series.
Oh.
Wow.
I thought it was baseball justice.
Yes.
Because-
yes, Adam.
Because, look, I hate both teams.
Let's put that on repeat. Well,
Let's-
before the
Let's
hate
let
the
him,
both teams.
Let's listen to him again.
I hate
See
both
what's gonna
teams,
come
but,
out of his
like,
mouth.
The Yankees were bad at so many fundamental things when it comes to baseball. Base running, fielding, just like taking the biggest thing, taking good at bats. Like they just so many bad at bats, one after another. And the Dodgers, I mean, not that it took very much, but they were just better at all the fundamental things than the Yankees were. That's baseball justice.
Mhm.
The right team won because the team that were better at fundamentals won the series.
Mhm.
Well, and it's also justice for, like 2017 and 2020 and all the people that like to talk crap about it. Well, there's no more talking allowed.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I was thinking about like what this win means.
Yeah.
And what it means moving forward, because in case you forgot, we're going to be even better next year. So there's that. But I think this win was a lot of redemption and proving themselves and shutting the critics up and all of that. But after that, after having that, kind of like brushing that off of their, what bothersome list, experiencing the parade and really seeing, because in 2020, we didn't get a parade. Seeing how much this city loves this team and each of them and how excited they were to celebrate this team just as much as the players is now giving them another layer of heart and purpose moving forward. And I think that alone, like I'm getting chills even thinking about it, because they have now seen with their own eyes, like think about Kershaw. He truly, like it seems like he needed that. He needed to understand that all these years, all this work, his first win, he didn't get to see the celebration. And they experienced Dodger fans every game, but this is different. This was everyone coming out, taking time out of their day on a Friday morning to celebrate this team. So I think going into next season, they now have another purpose of who am I doing this for?
Yeah. It felt like validation.
Yep. And how much each of them are saying, I love being a Dodger. I love being on this team. Like that really, means a lot to me as a fan who supports them so much.
Yeah, no, completely agree. I mean, you said it feels like it's redemption. It is, but it also feels like a validation of everything that they have worked for all these years. All the work that Andrew's put in, Brandon, Stan, all the whole organization, upper management, everything, and Dave to finally get. It's like 2020. Oh, it wasn't enough. It got waved off as not that important. So it's like it didn't matter what we did. And we've had great teams year after year that, fell a little short each time. And so it feels like validation to get here, to finally to be on the mountaintop, to have done it in a year where it was expected going in. And then with everything that happened, to actually come out on top in it, like there is nothing sweeter than this moment. And it has to feel like once in a lifetime, even though it shall not be. We shall win again.
Mm-hmm.
But like to Adam's point, it feels, I know he didn't mean it in this way. He said, you know, it's justice, like baseball justice that we won because we were the better team, which I agree we were. Fundamentally, we played, you know, almost flawless, and we took advantage of every little thing we got on base. We took advantage of the things that they did not do well and that we knew that they had, you know, potential faults in. But it feels like justice. It feels like justice for what happened in 2017 to us. It feels like justice for the people not giving us credit in 2020. Winning felt like redemptive justice this year. And to be able to be a part of it, both in doing this for the entire season, but to also get to be there with them in the present, to hear their speeches, Kershaw holding it up and like you could feel the passion exuding from him. And he even recognized, he's like, I didn't do anything, but like this feeling is incredible because it is a team. And even the guys that are not on the World Series roster team played such integral roles in this season. Like so many dudes stepped up when it was needed. So many games in the regular season that needed to happen that did. And so like, look, Joe Kelly was, you know, instrumental during the regular season at times, and he was hurt, so he wasn't playing.
Did you hear what he said about the Yankees?
Yes, I did.
I think he took it a little far. I mean, he wasn't.
Yeah, he's a feisty man.
He was right about everything.
I mean,
but
yeah,
that's
like, he's not wrong.
That's
but
pretty ballsy to say.
It's like he's not wrong, but also like we putting salt in the wound.
No, but you're right. We really fought this year for every series. The Padres series.
Yeah.
We beat both New York teams.
Yeah.
And we were the best team, and we deserved to win. We did everything we possibly could. We used every player we possibly could. Every pitcher.
Really did. We
fought
really
through
did.
injuries.
Rest in peace, Miguel Vargas.
Poor bad. Not R.I.P.
He's not dead.
He'll be back for his ring, maybe.
He'll come stop by. You think they ship it to him though? Probably. They're like, don't worry, we got you, dude.
I don't know. Well, I know that like if a guy gets traded or whatever, when they come back to Dodger Stadium, they present them with their ring.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they usually...
Like I remember them doing that for Jock Peterson.
I'm trying to remember the name of the guy, but did you know that there's, I think it starts with a T. There's a guy that played at one point on both teams, and so like he was going to get a ring no matter what.
Who?
Adam, can you pull his name up?
You mean the Yankees and the
There's
Dodgers?
a guy that played on the Yankees and the Dodgers this season. So no matter who won, he was going to get a World Series ring.
How does that work? Like, remember Kevin Biggio?
Yeah.
He was with us for such a short time. Does he get a ring? What about Nick Ahmed? Remember he was with us for like a couple games. Does he get a ring?
That's a really great question that Nick and I were debating this too, of like what feels appropriate. Because you think about it, what about the guys that like Outman who were on the team, but then
he definitely
gets
does.
put down to, you know, back to the minors.
Or like a Jason Hayward does.
Yeah, well, Hayward does, but my what
is there a minimum game?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh,
I have no
good.
idea.
Because I was gonna say there has to
Can
be
you look it up?
something.
Taylor Trammell
That's it.
was the one who got a ring because he was on the Dodgers for a little while, but then he was on the Yankees. So he got a ring.
I don't know who that is.
But there is a minimum.
He's
I don't
an
know what
outfielder.
it is.
Can you
pretty
Google
certain.
it?
Sure.
Taylor
Great.
Trammell is an outfielder, right? Yeah. There's got to be some qualification because, yeah, I'm like, if you're there for like a game, no. If you're there for half the season, then yeah, you played a role in that team, you know, getting there and getting to
it was
be winners.
funny
So
hearing
earned and deserved.
Mookie when he had Dave on his podcast, which I loved his interview. Him saying like, there were sometimes pitchers up. I had no idea who they were.
Oh my God. That feels so.
Or when Dave said in the beginning during spring training, he addressed the team and said, you know, everyone here is gonna play a role somehow in this entire season. And it really was everyone.
Look, both of those statements
did
feel
something.
incredibly accurate to this season. Our manager saying, "I'm not quite sure who's up right now." And you're like, "Well, yeah, sounds about right." But what he said, I actually felt this same way. And I think I mentioned this, that like I wasn't going to speak it out loud, but I had this like gut feeling like we're winning this all once we got past the Padres. Pre-getting past the Padres, I was a wreck and a mess. But Dave saying that the Padres, to him, that was the World Series.
Yep.
And I see what he means by that, because they were, I mean, I kind of, as much as I don't like to give it to them, I think the Padres were a better team than both the Mets and the Yankees that we played.
Yeah. They have our number, and they're not afraid of us.
Well, no, they
play us a
schooled
lot.
us. Guys, they schooled us in the regular season. And I did say one far episode prior that they can win all the series in the regular season. I just want to win against them in the postseason, and like by all means. And that essentially is what happened. I don't know if we won a series against them this season. Maybe if we may have won one, but
imagine Tatis and Machado watching
destroyed
the World
us.
Series. They probably
yeah.
are so mad we won.
Did you? I think I sent this to you. Did you see the it's a little taunting over here? Did you see the thing I sent you where Machado was like, you know, talking crap with a guy sitting in like first row, and he was, you know, saying stuff, and Machado's like, "Bet you my contract that we win a World Series before you do." And because it's on camera, somebody was like, "That's technically binding. He owes somebody $600 million."
Oh my gosh. Pay up.
Right? It's like, ooh, didn't age well.
I liked the Freddie please stop sign.
Oh, that was great.
From one of
That
the
was
Yankee
really
fans.
cool. That was really like sweet and innocent. And it was funny because then that came up and then he hit another home run. It was like, no, he won't. Oh, that was another one. Y'all, there's just memes galore here. Nick sent me one that was obviously, as a Alabama football fan, Nick Saban was our coach for a very long time, and we love him. And he had a tendency of also like being very just like, you know, he loved to win and he liked to dominate, and mercy was not really a thing. And the top half of the meme was Freddie, please stop. And then the bottom half was a gif of Nick Saban saying, like, "No, it won't," and "Stop asking," or something like that.
And he kept going.
And he kept doing it. And it was beautiful. And no one more deserved to win that MVP than him.
I know.
We talked about it right on the live, right after like winning the next day. But just everything he's getting right now feels so deserved. But even, you know, you see him, they're all up there, they're chanting his name, we're chanting his name in the crowd, and he's just so humble about it even still. And he's like, it was all these guys, like it was all of us. And it's true to what Dave said, it took a village, and we really used every single person in that village for something.
I know. Love Freddie so much.
Yeah.
Okay, so their speeches. We started off with Kike.
Guys,
he was hilarious.
Kike was hilarious.
Do you think he prepped that, or that was just off the cuff in the moment after a couple beers?
I feel like it was off the cuff. It didn't seem
his talk
prepared.
with Fat Joe, or Fat Joe not
his
being
joke
fat
on
anymore.
Fat Joe? Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And then pretty much all of them said something.
Yeah.
I just loved it so much. It was so cool. I didn't expect that.
I feel like Mookie and Freddie were both very well spoken. Like theirs was like, oh yeah,
the one thing Kike said when they're like, say it. I still
what
don't
was
get
it?
I even Googled what was Kike saying, and I couldn't find it. So if anyone knows,
I too. Somebody tell us.
Yeah.
What did that mean?
I'm still curious about it.
Sorry, I
Do you know how to?
a lot.
Seemed like a inside joke. I have no idea.
Well, fill us in, Kike.
Yeah, Kike, what
Maybe if you
what
have
was
time from serving chicken.
Yeah, when you're done with your shift.
How much do you think he gets
Raising
paid for that?
Cane's,
Because
come on
Mookie
back.
did that.
He did. Do you think well, yeah, I guess they probably have to get paid. They're not doing
You
that out of
think
the
he's
kindness
putting
of
on
their
a
own heart?
Raising Cane's uniform and working there without getting a huge paycheck?
Okay, probably not. Well,
There's no way we can't re-sign him, right?
We don't have a paycheck to give you, but if you want to come by and chat with us, we'll take it.
Please.
Yeah. That's my pitch. I mean, God, I hope we do. You got to sign him. Sign him for one more year at least. You got to sign Teo.
Do you know how upset Dodger fans would be?
Guys, I would have to go into a period of mourning if we don't bring him back.
Okay, so let's get into it because, I don't really know all the terms.
It's a lot of terms.
And I was Googling it a little. And the day after the World Series is when a lot of the trades and deals start happening. And they have to send out player options within 5 days. Right, Adam?
Pardon?
Okay, we're getting into the terms.
Sure.
They have to send out qualifying offers.
Qualifying offers within 5 days of the World Series, right? Yeah. And then the players have until like November 19th or something. Everything is very specific.
Say if they want to take it or not.
The games are at, 5:07.
Yeah.
They have to respond by November 19th or something.
So they have to respond to say whether or not they are going to accept it. But if they don't accept it, that doesn't mean that they aren't going to stay with the team.
Right. Like, no one freak out that Kershaw didn't accept his deal. Actually, I heard that it's kind of being respectful of the Dodgers.
It's actually a good thing.
Because he's allowing them a roster spot, and he'll probably sign with the Dodgers in January or something like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, guys, he said Dodger for life. So I can't imagine.
He did. He didn't say, he said he'd be back, which means he's not retiring. And he said Dodger for life, which means he's coming back. They just need to figure out the way in which that's going to happen. But for instance, Teo got a qualifying offer.
Wait, but we also wish Kershaw all the best because he's having surgery today.
Guys.
Adam, if you laugh, I swear. If you
Adam
talk about him
made
in a wheelchair,
joke earlier about him having surgery on every part of his body.
He always laughs when we bring up Kershaw.
I love Craig Kershaw, but it's just, you start listing all the things that he's getting surgery on. It's a laundry list. He's going to be the bionic man next year.
Well, yeah, he's going to come out.
He hadn't even had a surgery before his shoulder surgery.
Are you sure?
Yes.
That he never had a back surgery?
Yeah.
Okay.
Google it.
Okay.
So he's having
very
surgery on his knee and his
toe.
And his shoulder.
And his shoulder.
Hip, and his back.
He had the shoulder surgery last year.
That already happened.
You just said that he never had surgery.
Before his shoulder surgery. That was last year. Come on. Keep up.
I'm dying. So good.
So we hope that it goes well. He's going to come back better than ever.
Yeah.
And he'll have his own personal redemption.
Yeah. Yeah, he still
right, Kershaw?
He still needs to get his. He says,
I have your back always.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
He says yes. Exactly.
I'll yell at Adam again if I have to.
Yeah. Should take him down. Should knock him in the jaw. But no, so we give a qualifying offer to Teo, which everyone expects him to turn down. But that actually, what that does, it's a good thing because he'll get more than they offered, which I think was like 21 mil or
Why
whatever.
is it a good thing?
Because from what I read, he will turn that down, and then it's a good thing because that is the base number that he can be offered by another team.
Oh.
So realistically, we'll probably do like a 3-year deal, 60 mil, something in that world. Which
100
feels fair.
$100 million.
Well, we love him, but also we need to be reasonable.
I think he deserves it.
I mean, he deserves a lot. I really want Teo
He better
back.
come back to the Dodgers.
We need
too.
Teo back.
Dave
Andrew,
wants him.
Andrew, you heard us. We need Teo back.
Come on, Andrew, make it happen. Teo has been open about wanting to come back to the Dodgers. We heard he's the heart of the team. Dave Roberts said it on Mookie's podcast. So come on, do what you got to do. Make it happen.
Yeah.
Teo and Kike.
We need them. Lifeblood.
They are my must.
They are the lifeblood.
I don't want Juan Soto.
No, actually,
I want Teo.
Juan's a great player. He is incredible talent. Not going to deny that. But is it bad to say I don't think we need him?
I just don't see him really gelling with our team.
We have 3 MVPs.
Our team doesn't
many
have
more do you
egos.
need?
It's like
I
the
know.
Padres are a whole bunch of guys with egos.
Yep. That's why he fit on that team.
Yes. Our team, no egos. They're all next man up mentality, doing it for each
Yeah.
other. What are you laughing at?
Yeah, our guys are the players. You know, they're not playing for themselves.
Social clip.
What?
The the Padres are full of players with egos.
We're gonna cut that, and that's gonna be your clip. Done. But no, it's true. We have a team, even though we have 3 MVPs and a bunch of other stars that are great, we have a team of players, not players that play for themselves or that need that ego boost to be great and need to be the face, the guy.
Oh, I love our team.
We have a group of dudes who wants to play great for one another and for themselves, but they really are down to do what it takes to do the next man up mentality. And honestly, I'm intrigued to see how, when Kershaw comes back, what that looks like, because he's not what he used to be. He's not the Kershaw of old, and boy, was it a beautiful thing to watch during that era. But he is a little older. He is more banged up now. Like, it's not quite the same. So I'm really intrigued and a little excited to see how they utilize him and what he's willing to do, because he wants to be a Dodger for life. And I do think he wants that redemption in a Dodger uniform, but it might look a little different. Just how with Bueller, even,
and I think he's down to do
different.
whatever the Dodgers need.
I agree.
His presence alone, even in that dugout, cheering them on, is huge. And you hear all the players talk about it. They see how hard he works, his work ethic. So just his presence alone means so much, and his legacy with the Dodgers. So I really do. I can't wait to see what's in store for him next year, and we'll just be cheering him on. I really just love our team more than ever. Yeah. I really do. I just want to hug all of them.
Well, did you? Oh my gosh, she's messing up all her design.
I love you guys.
Hi, buddies. Well, you gonna leave Tony?
I want all of them. Tony, I can't wait to see what you do next year.
Yeah, we get him back.
Did you see he has these big glasses he's been wearing? Okay, no. I'll put you back just because I don't want to break any more of you. I keep forgetting to bring Mookie back.
Mookie? Yeah. How do we not have Mookie back?
You know who we haven't talked about that much? And we forgot to talk about him last episode? Shohei. He had surgery. Or he had a microscopic surgery yesterday.
In the shoulder?
Mm-hmm. And he's going to be pitching next year.
I know. Guys, we get Shohei's arm back.
We are the champions.
Not just everything
now
else
and forever
he's given us. We're going to have Shohei. We're going to have Yoshi. We're going to have Tony
that new pitcher that we're going after. Roki. Something.
Oh.
Roki Sasaki.
Yeah.
Roki Sasaki. I like that name. That's fun.
What do you think about... Okay.
What do we think about Bueller? I want him back, but I also... Like, here's what I will say. Yeah, regular season, he struggled to get back. But I do think he found his groove.
Yep.
Come postseason. In postseason, he has always been clutch.
Mm-hmm.
And by God, if we need anything, we need clutch postseason.
But was that a sign for us that they didn't extend a qualifying offer to him? That they might not be going after him? I think he created a legacy moment for himself with the Dodgers forever.
Yeah.
And I would love to have him back. I love Bueller. Yeah. I love his fire.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he is a main priority.
I don't know if he isn't either, but, well, and we'll have Glasnow back. I was going to say, I'm like, who are our starting 5 for next year?
It really did seem like the Tyler Glasnow injury is what brought the team together, because they were all kind of feeling defeated. Like their main guy who's supposed to be there for the postseason went down. And that's when Dave Roberts in the Mookie interview said, and I just love hearing all this BTS stuff. He said he's not normally a guy that rallies them all together and does team meetings, but he felt Dave.
Oh, Dave. Okay.
But he felt like they needed that because the whole team needed to be motivated that, yeah, we might have all these injuries, but I believe in this team. I believe in this team more than ever. And that was really what started this like ignition of fire in them. And I loved hearing that. And he also said, he called out Bueller in front of everybody saying like, we need you. Yeah. We need you to get your fastball right now. Mm-hmm. And he said he knew that he could handle being called out in front of everyone and he would rise to the occasion. And look what he did.
I think Bueller has the confidence you need without the ego. And
He's got ego.
he does, but not in a way where it
But I think-
overshadows the whole team. Does you know what I mean?
I think
Does that make
he's
sense?
matured a bit.
Yes, but my point is, like, he has enough of an ego of what you need, but it not to where it overshadows the rest of the team. Like, he's a realist with an ego. Like, he
has the athlete ego that you need.
Yes, but he spoke very real about his
Yep.
struggles this season.
Yeah.
And he spoke very real about wanting to be in the postseason. And, like, I like the cold. Like, put me in those situations. Like, I want to be that guy. So, like, it's an ego. It's more of a confidence.
Yeah.
In that, but it's not overshadowing any other player. And I like that we have a guy like that. And
we need a guy like that.
So I hope they can find a way to work it out and that he wants to stay and that they want him. Because, I mean, as we saw this season, we need to go in with more than 5 starters because injuries are inevitable. They're going to happen. I hope they won't. At least not as much as they did this year. But you need more dudes than you can play because you need backups for when those moments happen and come.
Think of all the pitchers that we like called up from AAA.
My God.
All
River
of them.
Ryan, you got Gavin.
Who
You have
got
all
hurt?
these guys, one after the yeah, exactly. So that's my point where I feel like we need Bueller
So
in addition
many
to the
names
rest
that
of the
have
ones
come
we
and
have.
gone and have helped out. And yeah, like I wonder which of them get a ring. Did you look up the minimum?
Do we know?
The internet
Says
that it's on a team-by-team basis up to their discretion. Now, do I take everything the internet says as gospel? No. But they have some examples that seem pretty to state that that's pretty much the case. The team can decide.
So, like, if you play 2 games, you probably don't get a ring.
the team can decide if they're worthy. Wow. So
That can get real
that's
controversial real
interesting.
quick.
That's like the people who get to choose who's in the Hall of Fame. There's so much personal stuff that gets tied into those decisions that sometimes it doesn't seem fair.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you know what all the terms mean?
Not all of them. I feel like
I did take a screenshot.
like
of some.
arbitration.
Yeah.
I did learn a little bit about what that was like. Well, I've looked that one up prior because I was like, what does arbitration mean?
I looked up
Let me see.
just, some terms. So the club option means that the team chooses.
Mm-hmm.
Player option, obviously, is
They
the
get to
player gets to
choose.
choose.
So arbitration is a process that allows the players and teams to negotiate salaries for the upcoming season, but it is based on, like, the eligibility is based on how long they have played. With 3 to 6 years of service is when they become eligible for arbitration. And then it goes into negotiation. And if they don't agree in negotiations, it goes to arbitration, where they're both put forward a number and an arbitrator decides which number.
Do you know where the term hot stove came from? Do you know why they are like what it is in baseball?
No.
So it's like this time of year.
Is the
Describing the off-season chatter and everything like that.
Ooh.
But I learned that the
There's something new.
term is said to date back to the 19th century in small town America, where people convened at general stores or post offices in the winter months and discussed various topics, baseball among them, while warmed by a pot-bellied iron stove. And that's where hot stove came
Goes
from.
back to just general function.
To bridge the gap between the end of a season and the start of spring training with all the chatter and deals going on. I thought that was fun.
That's cool. I like
Imagine just people like with some hot cocoa
trying to
around
stay warm
a
between the
stove,
months,
talking baseball.
between the winter months before the spring.
Did you see that Freddie Freeman?
Did you see that guy? He hit 6 home runs in the World Series.
I like watching it one after the other. Bam.
Yeah.
Bam. Bam. Bam.
By the way,
bam.
they all
That's
look the
6,
same.
right?
They are all the exact same swing.
Yeah. Thank you, Fred Freeman, for all the years of tossing the ball to Freddie.
We appreciate your service.
Wait, did we talk about Charlie signing autographs?
No. But okay, kid.
Charlie
So
at
cute.
Dodger Stadium
He's
pumping
running
up
around.
the
He's like, I got
crowd,
you guys. Here you go. I got
signing
you.
CF on hats and balls.
Oh, Charlie. He's already a man about town.
Incredible.
He knows how to play the crowd.
I loved it. I love Charlie. What a life.
What a life. Well, and to see Freddie carrying Max out.
I know.
To the parade. Well, and also just it was so fun to see all the kids running around and you like Will holding his daughter Charlotte as he was like walking on stage, and he was holding her the whole time, which, you know, he's being a good dad because his wife just had a baby and she was there.
Yep.
And they like the baby's like this big, like tiny, you know, straight out the womb. And they like put the baby in the world's like inside the middle of the World Series, which is cute.
Did you see that the Kelly's kids show Kai, their son Kai, dressed as Shokai for Halloween?
Stop.
With a Ohtani jersey.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. I like the kids leaning into it too.
Mm-hmm.
Not that they probably had much say.
Yeah, it was cool to see all the players with their families, their wives, Molly and Kayla,
everyone
celebrating, all their cute outfits.
So
Man,
cute.
they get those World Series outfits like that.
Those jackets looked real fun. I liked them.
It's a quick turnaround for whoever's making them.
Speaking of that, you know, it is. I mean, they have to have them made in advance, but I feel like the superstitious person in me is like, how you can't make shirts that call you the champions without you being the champions.
We did.
Okay, well, she didn't tell me that, but she did make them, and then I didn't know till after the fact, and I was like, Melissa, but it's probably good you didn't tell me in advance because I would have been way too like I would have been way too like.
You guys know I had a feeling.
She did have a feeling. And
I did have the thought of I'm not going to jinx this, right?
Well, so that was my point. I'm like, no, to me it's a jinx, but for actual MLB, because they get those shirts and those hats right after winning.
I know. So they make them and they'd have to throw them out.
Yeah, they have to be ready for both teams. I mean, have you not seen the memes? Like it's sad to say, but there's like kids in other countries that have T-shirts that say like the wrong championship because what do they do with them? They like ship them off.
Well,
so
at
people
least
can
they
use
donate them.
So they get used, which is good.
Good.
But it is crazy to think. Yeah, in my mind, I'm like, nah, it's a jinx. You can't do that. But they have to have them ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
So they have them for both teams.
Well, okay, that's good to know. It makes me feel a little better.
Actually, though, I wonder if they this would be a good question. I don't know who we asked this to. But I wonder if, since, like, say it's a 7-game series, you have to win 4 to win the series. Mm-hmm. I wonder if they have designs ready for both teams.
Yeah.
But it's not until one team is at 3 games that they maybe make it. Maybe because we were up 3-0 on the Yankees, maybe they didn't make them for the Yankees, but they had them ready for us in case we won game 4. When we didn't win game 4, it pushed game 5, but it still wouldn't have been the Yankees would have won if they won game 5. But since they had ours ready to go in case, and then they didn't have to print any, I wonder. That would be really just smart economics.
I would love to ask whoever's in charge of that.
Yeah. But then if you get to game 7, you need them both ready to go. And that really only works for baseball or other sports where it's a multi-game series. Something like football, they have them both ready to go immediately.
Do you think people are disappointed in the series not being like a 7-game series? Or
I think maybe some baseball fans. I don't think there's a single Dodgers fan who feels that way.
Of course not.
God,
but I'm just thinking of other people and the hype of the series. First time Dodgers Yankees playing each other in like 43 years or something.
Yeah.
I wonder if they were just let down with it being so one-sided.
I wouldn't say they were let down, but I've talked to some folks that are not Dodger fans, but they love baseball, and we were texting even during the game 5 and said, so is it bad if I root for the Yankees this game because I want it to go to a game 6? Like, if I want the Dodgers can win it all, but I just I don't want baseball to be over. So can we have them win this game so it goes to a game 6? And I'm like, I hear you. I see where you're going with that. I feel that as a baseball overall fan, but no.
Yep.
So it worked out in my favor. But yeah, I think there was probably some sentiment that I don't know if people were disappointed.
Isn't
that the
it
Yankees
funny how
played
people
poor.
complain about how long the baseball season is, but then once it's over, they want more?
Mm-hmm. They're like, oh no, it's done. Yeah, exactly. Well, I saw a really funny thing that went through the different
Anyone who
months.
thinks baseball is boring, watch that Freddie Freeman grand slam.
And
watch
go-
Freddie's 6 homers in 6 games.
And go get a tattoo of Joe Kelly that says baseball isn't boring.
Watch Walker Buehler come out in the 9th inning and shut it down. I could keep going.
Seriously. Well, and that's where I was going to say, like, even though we won, 4-1, and it only went 5 games, there were some exciting moments in those 5 games, not just on our side.
They,
Like,
had, a grand slam. They
I was
had a
gonna
bunch of
say,
homers one game.
Volpe got that grand slam. So, like, I think there were good baseball
We had to give him
moments.
something.
Yeah. Adam's like,
We're back.
We're back to Adam calling us spoiled Dodger
We're back
fans.
to
Yes.
to the language around losing. Well, we lost the game, but we had to give him something.
It was just meant to be for us this year. We couldn't completely sweep them. We had to give them one game.
You could have swept them.
it wouldn't be good for baseball.
It wouldn't have been good, so we gave them one game.
Yes.
We gave Volpe,
Yes,
the
continue
Yankee fan
continue
from
to talk
growing up, a
yourself
grand
into,
slam.
continue talking yourself into you losing one game.
I will.
It's fine. It's fine.
I will. However,
They
choose
played
to
very well
justify
that game.
things is allowed in my world.
They played well that game, and
the old retroactive justification.
We
Nice.
won, so what you have to say now?
I already said it was baseball justice, but not the same justice as Aly was talking about. Just fundamental baseball justice.
Okay.
I like my justice better, but his isn't bad either. A little bit of both,
I just want to sing "We Are the Champions."
right?
I just
We
wanna
had a
sing it.
very fun time doing that.
Yeah.
We were just like, I was in my feels with every song, and yeah, I was in it.
Whoever was controlling the music and going along with allowing the speeches to happen and then putting a song in, it was really perfect. Like when they played I Love LA and when they played We Are the Champions, that was fun.
My friends. It was so fun.
That's just the theme song in my head
Mm-hmm.
since a week ago yesterday when the Dodgers won the World Series.
Guys, it's a great thing to have in your head. It was a week ago.
a week ago yesterday, right?
No,
Or
a week ago
today.
today.
Oh, it was last Wednesday?
It's been a week.
It's only been a week. My God, I feel
know.
like I've lived a year.
It does feel like a lifetime ago.
Oh my god.
Lots happened. I know. I saw a fun thing talking about baseball being long, and then you get to, it's like December, I miss baseball. January, I miss baseball. February, I miss baseball. March, I miss baseball. April, that effing ump. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's real. That's
so
fact.
true.
Where do we think they're all going on vacation in the off season?
Dave's going on a European adventure.
Oh my gosh, Dave, can I join? Go ahead. Well done.
He said he was going to Japan. So he's going to Japan and then
Well, that's
coming
not
back
Europe,
and he's going
that's
again.
Asia.
Well, and he said that too.
Okay. So he's going to Europe and Asia.
But why would he go to Japan now when he's going in April with us?
Scouting, Rory.
Hopefully.
Roki.
Probably it could be some scouting, but also like he's not going to get to go and have fun when he goes back in March. He's there for business.
Yeah.
So this
That's
might be a
true.
little bit of fun and business.
He's going to Japan in March to lose 3 games to the Cubs.
That is absolutely not what he's doing.
Oh, wow.
Wow, it starts.
Adam.
It starts now, the feistiness.
I forgot. We open against the Cubs. The World Series champs against the Cubs.
Good
luck.
The World Series champs against the Cubs.
We are the champions.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to sing it every episode.
Just sing it to Adam's
We
face.
are the champions. No time for losers.
Because we are.
So
Baseball, right? Season is sadly over.
no.
I know we have to go into mourning a little bit because what do I do with all my days? Well, actually, that's
highlights.
not true. We watch highlights, and I need to actually finish planning my wedding. I got an email the other day from the venue because they also, too, were focused on the weddings they had to finish this year.
Mm-hmm.
But my wedding is one of the first of their next season.
Oh.
So I started getting the emails of like, we need to know all of these answers. And I was like, I need to put a mood board together. And I haven't done that. So
that's exciting.
So that's probably something I will do. But
I've been getting a lot of texts from people like, okay, now that baseball season is over, would you like to do this or that? And I'm like, oh, damn, I had an excuse for so long.
Yeah, you're like, sorry. Yeah, you're like, I was so unavailable. And now
it was good, you know? Like, sorry, there's a game.
Sorry, can't. Gotta
Game
watch
every
baseball.
day. And everyone would be like, baseball is every day. I'm like, yep.
Yeah. You're like, yep, sorry. Just
get
really
on board.
not avail. It's an easy out when you wanted one. But
just because baseball season is over, we're not over.
We're not leaving you.
We will take a break at some point, but we're going to keep it going, keep the podcast going with interviews and different stuff.
And we hopefully will get some cool people on here that you guys want to hear from, that we want to talk to. And
Adam's not going anywhere.
Ask questions. No, Adam's not allowed to go anywhere. Adam already got his one vacation for the year, right? When a man needs a vacation, you got one.
I still have PTSD from it.
I'm sorry. I wanted to be more helpful in that moment. And I was like, let me see what I can do. But
he really didn't he was available at all times. He just, knowing he was so far away was making me sad.
Melissa admits missing you.
Never again.
I was in Oklahoma City, so I didn't really miss you all that much. Sorry.
You'll never miss me again?
Remember when we tried to Zoom and record it and had no idea how?
Yep. Hey, you know what?
Maybe one day we'll release the you and me trying to figure it out. I actually sent it to Adam just to give him a laugh. And I'm like, okay, maybe we just don't use the microphones. Because I don't have the...
Remember the Zoom
thing that goes into...
didn't work at first where we couldn't hear each other?
I know.
Like,
we were on the phone.
Y'all, the technical difficulties.
While we could see each other on Zoom, trying to figure out why the audio wasn't working.
Yep.
I didn't have the right cord for my microphone to go in my laptop, whipped out my old laptop. It was a mess.
Let's just say that we are somewhat dependent on it.
So, Adam, we really appreciate all that you do.
Yeah. Thanks for being with us along this ride this whole season and having to listen to way more discussions about the Dodgers than you ever intended or desired in your life, I'm sure.
We're complimenting him and he's not even listening to us.
We appreciate you, though.
Plug, merch, and pod.
I like how you just read it versus just doing it. Guys, we're really great.
Adam says to us.
We're going to plug our merch and the podcast. Yeah, I mean, obviously, please
How fun
keep
was
listening.
it to wear our shirts, though, at the game?
The shirts were so much fun.
Yeah, it was so much fun to wear.
I love that you made those and surprised me with it. It was really cool. And it's just fun to say we have shirts and that they get to say world. I like that it can be shown in both ways. Like, it's Talk Dodgers to me World Series champs. But you could also say it as Talk Dodgers World Series champs to me. That's how I've kind of been
spin it?
viewing it.
Actually, our first set of orders went out today. So I cannot wait to see people wearing those shirts. And a lot more to come because I had a lot of fun designing it.
Yeah.
And sometimes things just come so naturally. And I was so inspired and knew that we were going to win that one night I just started designing all different types of stuff for the podcast. And before I knew it, I had all this stuff. And my sister's like, damn, that usually takes me a really long time to come up with.
You have a very creative bone in your family.
Yeah. And I think sometimes you just, it's when you can make a decision really easy, things are working.
Yeah.
So you just got to keep it going.
Or when it comes naturally to you, you're like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah. So get your shirt.
Yeah.
Tag us when you wear it. Yeah. And get your bag.
Get a bag. Because if you are a fan of any other sports, you need clear bags to go to games as well, not just baseball. And you can take that merch to your favorite other sports game.
And I'm learning a lot about screen printing and blanks, which is just a blank t-shirt.
Blanks.
How expensive it all is. Oh,
know.
guys, I asked Adam if he would ever wear a Talk Dodgers to Me shirt, and he said only if it said producer on it.
Okay. I think we can make that happen.
And if the writing was really, really small. Like,
no.
we got to make Talk Dodgers to Me like almost indiscernible on the shirt.
You realize that's kind of against the point.
Mm-hmm. So I'll keep that in mind around the holidays with your bat.
Speaking of holidays, I can't tell anyone yet because it would give it away, but I have already found Melissa's Christmas present and I'm very excited.
Okay, I'm a very
For her
impatient person,
to
so that's just torture.
See it. It's not my
What is
fault.
it?
Look, just like cards, gifts come to me when they come to me. I don't like
Did you see
gift
it out
giving
somewhere, or did you think
Don't worry
of it?
about it. Don't worry about it. I don't like, I like to buy gifts when I find something in the moment and I think of a person. I'm like, this is, oh my God, this person would love this. This is for this person.
Mm-hmm.
I will tend to buy it and then give it to them at the next thing that I'm giving a gift. So like a card, I do the same thing with gifts, because unless you have a list from somebody and you know exactly what they want,
Sam
then,
sends my mom Chanel eyeliner number 21, blah blah blah, like exactly.
So unless you're giving exacts but you're trying to think of something fun, I don't like having to just go shop for a gift for someone. I like to come upon it in a very organic manner, and that's what happened with me for you, and therefore you just are gonna have to wait like a month. Like a month.
See, if I buy someone something, I'm so excited about it that I call them and I tell them. Because I just am so excited. But okay, I'll try and have patience.
Yeah, have some patience.
Nice. Can't wait.
Exactly.
All right, well, we'll go back to singing We Are the Champions.
Yeah. And we'll be back. I am actually gone for 2 weeks, but we have an exciting episode.
Oh, and make sure to send in
show you guys.
Talk Dodgers to me at gmail.com and send in why you love the Dodgers, what the World Series meant to you, a contact number, and we can't wait to talk to you.
Yeah, come on the pod.
Adam, too. You even get a call from Adam.
Adam vets you first.
And I just watch, and it's hilarious.
But truly, we're very excited for what's to come.
Yeah.
For a little bit more of this season, then we'll take a break, and then season 2,
I'm never going to be done
Season
talking
2.
about this season.
No. Even in season 2, we'll be talking about this season.
We are the champions. Is there another
no
song?
Time for losers.
Yeah, is there
Adam,
another song?
No time for losers around here.
Wrap it up.
Oh, and follow us on Apple, Spotify,
YouTube.
Leave us comments. Tell us what you like about the pod.
Yeah.
Tell us what you don't like.
Subscribe.
What do you want more of? What do you
all
want
the
less
fun.
of? Any feedback, we will listen and hear you and adjust accordingly.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.